a different case, I answered, alluding to the fact that Bhagavan never needed footwear. Why? Am I not a man with 2 feet just like you? Asked Bhagavan. Why are you unnecessarily scared? Come on, get up. Having realized that it was useless to argue anymore, I got up and started walking with Bhagavan. The exposed stones had become so hot because of After some time, the old woman gave up her attempts and left the hall, without, of course, having obtained Sri Bhagavan's signature. Sri Bhagavan's language was that of silence. The speech delivered through this medium was full of miraculous potency, as the following anecdote reveals. When he was staying in Virupaksha cave, a district collector and a deputy collector came there for his darshan. After prostrating to Sri Bhagavan, the district collector began to speak, narrating at length all the sadhanas he had done and all the spiritual literature he had read. At the end of his speech, he confessed that in spite of all these activities, peace was as far from him now as it had ever been. As soon as he had finished, the deputy collector began to tell his own story, which was equally long. These two speeches took quite a long time to deliver, but Sri Bhagavan did not interrupt them even once. He continued to remain in silence even after the speeches had ended. The senior collector gave up waiting for a reply and delivered yet another long speech. Sri Bhagavan listened in silence and continued to remain in silence when the speech was over. The officer, not surprisingly, was a little put out by Sri Bhagavan's unresponsiveness. He said in an aggrieved tone of voice, "We have been speaking to you for a long time, but you don't open your mouth at all. Please tell us something. Anything, however brief, will do." Sri Bhagavan finally spoke to them, saying, "All this time I have been speaking in my own language. What can I do if you won't listen to it?" The collector was an intelligent man, well versed in spiritual matters. He caught the meaning of Sri Bhagavan's cryptic reply. Suddenly, overpowered with the devotion, he fell down at the feet of Sri Bhagavan and chanted a Sanskrit verse from Shankaracharya's Sri Dakshinamurti Stotra. "Look at the wonder under the banyan tree. While the disciples are old and grey-haired, the teacher is a blooming youth, and though the master's speech is simple silence, the doubts of the disciples are all resolved." Both of the visitors then abandoned their speeches and questions, preferring instead to sit before Sri Bhagavan in silent meditation. They got the peace they had come looking for and departed fully satisfied. The greatness of silence as a medium of instruction can be further illustrated by another dialogue on this subject, which took place between Sri Bhagavan and a devotee. Though it took place on a different occasion, it can serve as a commentary on the encounter between Sri Bhagavan and the two officials. Question: what is the fruit obtained by Mauna, that is silence? Bhagavan: Anta Mauna is self-surrender only. That means living without the ego sense. Question: what is the meaning of Mauna? Bhagavan: the state which is beyond speech and thought is called Mauna. This is dhyana, meditation without mental activity. Dhyana means controlling the mind. Deep dhyana means permanent speech. Silence is eternal speech, that is, the perpetual flow of language. By speaking, this flow is broken because the words create an obstacle to that silent language. People may listen to discourses for hours and may feel happy doing so, but still not improve. But silence, the eternal speech, enhances the welfare of all humanity. Mauna only means proficiency in speech. Oral discourses do not have the proficiency of silence. Silence is eternal, unobstructed flow of speech That is the supreme language concluded.